Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Well, Nick Collier here, and we fucked around with this lathe all morning yesterday morning, and finally got everything all tweaked in just right. And so now it's just a matter of kind of pushing through and doing one piece after another. We were able to do 4 pieces yesterday. So that's good. And then we've got, 16 more to do. So, hey, follow along. We'll cut a couple here and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, the finish of that didn't come out all that great. So we're going to come back and bring our tool back and just do a cleanup on that bit. Yeah, I can feel a rough edge there. All right, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this surface doesn't look that good to me. Well, now you can really see it. It just kind of bounces around a bit. I don't like it. I took a 10 on that last cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, clean up the bit, and then take a 5 and see if I can get a much better surface. Okay, much better, much better. Except it keeps picking up stuff. All right, there it is. We're going to loosen that up and take it out and bring it over and put it in the stack. Okay, this is a bit complicated, but we're going to have step our way through it, and maybe you can see this. I'm going to bring it in a little closer here. There we go. You can see that there's 3 slots or grooves in this piece, and this is the master. So that's pretty much what we need to do next, is make those 3 grooves in 20 of these. So what we're going to do is, what I've done is I've set up some stops. One stop on this side. I don't know if you can see that. Well, you can't see it. But there's a stop on each side of the carriage. And then I've gotten a drill bit that's going to give me the exact spacing between the first and the third groove. And then I slide that between one of the stops, and that gives me that center piece. So right now we're going to cut the bottom slot. We'll get started on that. And I come down till I just start to touch, and then I go 100 thousandths below that. It's touching, and I'm sitting at 41, so I'm going to go to 141. And we have to go kind of slow because it's a little bit, and I'm not going to put a whole lot of pressure on it. Next, let's see what that looks like. And I didn't mark this one, so I'm not sure what number it sits in. Obviously not that one. So we'll just have to kind of swing it around and test it until we get the right one. that's enough. From this point, we've got about 18 more to do. Okay, so we've got these 3 grooves cut. Now we want to cut this groove here. All set up to do that. Come in till it touches. And we're going 75 more. Pretty simple. Okay, let's go to the next step on this little beast here. We've cut this groove and we cut these 3 grooves. This is our master and these are our slaves. So now I think it's good to come back and make our cutter for these grooves here. And then when we come back in and do this, we're going to have to make another tool. And at the same time, we can make a tool to do this little groove here. And then we're set. So, we'll be back once we get our cutter made. Well, hell, we may as well just go in and let's back up just a little bit. And look for a cutter. So we need something that's probably under 1/4 wide. And nothing in that drawer. Not much in here. What do we got there? Ooh, now look at that. That's not bad. That's got some promise to it. We're going to take it over and have a look at it real quick like. I don't know, it's about a 30-second too narrow, but we'll hold it off just in case. And this one here is about the same. And I don't see anything else in there. And that looks a little bit too narrow. That could be. That's definitely going to work. Yeah. So we just have to take that down to the right thickness. And can you see it? Yeah, let's bring it in close here so you can see it. So we just need to take that down to the right thickness. And that's going to give us what we need. And at the right angle too. So we're going to go over to the grinder and just take off, oh, what? Maybe 20 thousandths of that. And we'll be back. All right, first thing we're going to do is just clean up all of the perimeters because it's a little bit rusty. It's a nice cut. Somebody did a great job with that. Most of these bits I don't cut. And, you're talking a couple, 2 or 3 hours there cutting that thing. Well, maybe not quite that much, but a lot. I go on eBay, and when I see some interesting bits, and usually they come in a dozen or a half a dozen or something like that, I'll just snatch them up because I know I can adapt them to what I'm going to do. So we're going to take this one and come over here and just straighten out the lines a little bit. Well, not straighten them out, but clean them up. And I'm probably not going to clean it up all the way down to the bottom because this has got a pretty good rake to it. So I'm just going to take that top edge and clean that up. And the same here. pretty good. Reasonable. Now we got ourselves a nice sharp bit here, and I noticed there's just a little bit of a drop down over there, but we're going to cut some of this away anyhow, so let's just go ahead and start cutting it away and see what we come up with. Now we want this to happen in one even cut. So we're still, oh, I don't know, 50 thousandths wide. Yeah, still. Let's catch it on the end, just because it's a bit better grind. What happened? Oh, I'm doing the wrong side. That's what happened. There we go. Okay, I ran across a problem with this thing that I could not solve. It's been sitting for a couple of days while I'm thinking about how to deal with this. About 2 o'clock this morning, bang, it hit me. how to deal with it. So what's happened is somehow my tracer attachment traveled on me a little bit, and each one of these little grooves is in a different place. Just slightly different, but different enough to where I can't get a good clean cut unless I can adapt to the groove. And, you know, then that means taking measurements each time, which would be insane. So what I did is I came in and I built a little adapter plate for my stop. And I don't know if you can see the stop down there, but the stop comes all the way over to the first groove, and then I bring it in real close. And I've got to put on my cheater glasses for this one. I'm going to get my head in the way just to get it in real perfect. Yeah, it looks like this one might just be just right. Nope, a little bit more over. So we're probably talking maybe 15 thousandths or so, but since we're here, we may as well be accurate. Bring the stop over, crank it up, cut this piece, put my, or bring the carriage over, drop this little spacer into the stop, and that'll set the next path. And then once that path is cut, set this spacer, this next part in, and that'll set the third path. Now, of course, it took me about an hour to build this little spacer, but hey, you know, whatever. So let's make some cuts and see how they look. Now we're going to come all the way to the first one. We're going to come into 0. Just till it just starts to touch. Then I reset my DRO to 0 and put it in gear. And we're going to come in 125 thousandths. Now, of course, it would have been better not to put those 3 grooves in the first place, and I certainly have learned a lesson from that. But at this point, that lesson is going to be well learned for some other project. Here comes 125, almost ready, go. Back up real quick like. Move the carriage. Bring it in for the second pass. Walking a little bit, but it's fine because this isn't an accurate machine project. It's more of a visual machine project. So we're at 100 now. We're going to come up to 110, 120, 3, 4, 5. Move it over, put the thicker this in. Bring it to 0. Reset my DRO and go. Close to 100. We just passed 100 now. We're 110, 125. And that gives us a finish that is nice and clean. Of course, these chips fit exactly, so they get jammed up in there. We'll be back. Well, good morning, Nick Collier here, and we're down to the last couple of steps on this little beast, or these little beasties, we'll kind of take you through the next step or two. If you look, there is a little groove that goes right in about 1/4 inch of this side of that that part there. We're all set up with our tool bit. We're going to cut the groove. We're going to come back in and sand and clean up this whole thing, and then we need to come in and cut this just a little bit sharper to weaken it, and to this side also a little bit sharper to weaken it. And then we'll just break off the tips and sand and file off the ends, and we're done. So we're going to cut those for now and sand it. Let's go a little slower. Down a little bit. Speed that baby up, crank this back, get some sandpaper going here. That's that for that one. Well, Nick Collier here, and we're almost done with this project. In fact, we're going to finish this project up in this one little part of the video here because it's coming close to Sunday, and I need to edit this in order to get it on the YouTube for you. So I'm going to basically show you what we're going to do because the customer's like, he's got a couple of questions. We may have to do a few adjustments, and so I can't take these two ends off or else I can't grip it anymore. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do, and then we'll call that a day. So what I've set up is this little stinky bit up here. You can see that, and basically I'm just going to come in and trim that part of the button down to like, oh, I don't know, you know, 1/8 of an inch or something like that, so when I take this off I can just grab it and break it off, then put it in the little lathe and sand it and file it till we get a nice smooth surface. And the other thing, and the same goes for the other side, except I've got this bit on this side ready to go in. Well, not quite ready, but there we go. And then we take our compound in and finish that one off. So that pretty much takes us to the end, and this has been an interesting project. Well, you know, I've had to do 20 of them, so not that interesting, but certainly all the twists and turns that we've had to go through in order to get here. Hey, if you like what you're seeing, tell your friends and subscribe. And you know, I put a video up every Sunday, sometimes on a Wednesday, so we'll see you at the next video. Nick Collier, checking out.